Wow, my hair is not having it today. Time to get a haircut, Jesus. Hello world, here I am in Denver. I'm super excited to be here. I wanted to vlog a little bit about the move. It was a little bit of a nightmare. If you are moving from Houston to Denver, I feel like you have your work cut out for you. However, I was moving with cats, so that makes it a little bit different. Plus, a few things went wrong, like leading up to the move. I'm not gonna lie, it was rough. When I first went to visit my girlfriend in my hometown south of Houston, before I moved up here, on the way down there, I left my glasses on the Greyhound bus, which sucks. I can see. It's just hard now. I can't wait for my new ones to come in. But then the worst part was on the way up from visiting her, I left my DSLR camera on the bus. I don't know how I did it. I'm usually like a little bit more responsible with those types of things, but I guess I was just like so sleep deprived and not completely present that I just left my camera. Luckily, after I filmed last week's 2 weeks ago, my last vlog, after I filmed that, I worked out a trade with a really good friend of mine, and now I'm working with this Canon Rebel T3i, and it's even better because now I can plug in a microphone and I have the little flip screen. So it did work out. Then right before moving, I had a garage sale at my family's place, or we had a garage sale, and I lifted this shelf that was way too heavy for me, and I aggravated my back injury. So after arriving in Denver, I was trying to walk around downtown, see the sights, and I just couldn't. Like, I was just hobbling and limping and slowing down my girlfriend and my friend who helped me move, and it was sad. But, you know, moving on to the good things about being here in Denver, because there are a lot of them. Like, things have actually really kind of started to work out since I got here. Yeah, so, you know, one really awesome thing about being here is that there's cannabis. There's no shortage of it, and I'm over 21, so I can have it. I am working on getting my med card, but all that's for a different video, a different age-restricted video. Another thing I really love about being here is the weather. It's cold for, like, Texans. I'm great. I love it. I feel like I hit the warm, springy weather. It snowed a little bit before I got here, and it's been, like, in the 60s most days since. That's been really nice for biking around. And thank goodness my back doesn't actually hurt when I'm riding my bike, so I can go get my groceries and stuff, which I'm gonna do later today. I love my apartment. It is small, like maybe 300 square feet. Might do a tour in another video, but it is by far the most efficient space I have ever lived in. Also, my school. So far, I love it. I have not started class yet, but we did have a new student welcome night that was super casual and fun. I got to meet some of the other students in my cohort, and I got to meet some of the staff at Turing that I hadn't met yet, and I got to see the campus. So that's super cool. Also, they gave me my new computer, which I needed. My old computer is from 2009, and it has a lot of things I love. It has USB ports, and it has a place for me to put my memory card, which my new computer doesn't have. But I'm super thankful for my new computer because I needed it, and really it's just here to help me get ready for school, coding, and getting through school and doing my projects, so it's fine. Plus, I get to stand around in my studio apartment all tech savvy like so. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to treat myself to a cafe a few streets down because today I need to go grocery shopping, I need to get new coffee, I need to get ingredients for meals, and I don't have a whole lot to eat here. So I'm going to take this opportunity to support a local business and take y'all with me. It's super cute. They've got crepes. I'm getting hungry just talking about it, so let's go. Here at Cafe Mary, I'm waiting on my crepe. Yeah, if you look over that way, that's City Park and the zoo, and the opposite way is like the direction of my grocery store and my house. So let's eat some breakfast. Oh, and coffee's delicious. Well, that was an adventure. I got back with my groceries and put them away okay, but you know, those bags that I had on my bike are not suitable for a bike. I really am looking forward to getting my actual bike like bicycle saddle bags that are made for carrying things. Also, those 2 bags of groceries were $86, and I'm used to stuff like that costing more like $50. So that gives you some context as to how expensive Denver actually is. The food is just incredible. I didn't even buy any meat. I noticed that my front tire is a little bit low on my bike, so I'm gonna head over to the Denver Bicycle Cafe and get it checked out. I'm actually kind of glad that that happened today because I like the Denver Bicycle Cafe. It's a fun place, and I'm probably not going to get to go there again for a few weeks because I'm going to be really busy with school, and I really don't want to deal with any issues with my bike while I'm in school. All right, let's see if I can get this fixed and filled up and get a guesstimate on what I'm going to need to spend on this stupid bike. I don't know if y'all can tell on camera, but that looks way better than it did before. And it was free. Wow, my bike feels so much better to ride, you would not believe it. Denver Bicycle Cafe, they filled up my tire for free, and they said if it goes down again within the next 24 hours, I gotta go back and get some more stuff. But I have my fingers crossed that what really did my tire in were those heavy bags that I had on it earlier from the grocery store, and that my bike will be okay for a few weeks without another tune-up. So I wanted to talk a little bit about my school, since I feel like I'm going to be posting a lot of updates both on my blog and on my YouTube channel about my experience at this program. I thought it might be a good idea to introduce the Turing School of Software and Design and also talk about why I picked this coding school specifically. I first looked into Turing because I was listening to a podcast called Code Newbie. I love that podcast. If you are into web development or you're just starting to learn to code, definitely check out that podcast if you have not already. Jeff Casimir, the director of Turing, the executive director of Turing, was on that podcast, and it sounded really cool, and it was in Denver, Colorado. I'd always wanted to move here, or at least, live here for some point in time. I've always wanted to go to Colorado, for a lot of reasons. I love the mountains, it's a legal state, and, my chronic pain warrants that I use medical cannabis. But, lots of other reasons, too. I hear great things about Denver. So I thought, well, why not? Let me just check it out and see what the school is about. Thinking, I would probably not even pursue it, or I wouldn't be able to afford to pursue it, or anything like that. But eventually I decided that Turing was the right fit for me, and that it would be worth all the sacrifices I would need to make in order to get there. 5 reasons that I picked the Turing School of Software and Design. Number 1, I was seeking a program that was longer than 12 weeks. I'm not talking badly about anybody who's graduated from a coding boot camp that is only a few weeks long, because that takes a lot of commitment. That's a lot of information to process all at once. And to jump into a job right after that is kind of like an emotional journey in and of itself. The imposter syndrome is really bad for students at Turing. I can only imagine if you've only really been coding in a professional or educational setting for 12 weeks. I knew that really wasn't going to help me much. I figured I needed more structure, I needed more time, and I needed more immersion in order to really feel comfortable with the material. Number 2, their reputation and track record. The school has a really, really good reputation if you look it up on Course Report or pretty much anywhere. I did a ton of research before I decided to come to Turing. I couldn't find very many people saying bad or negative things about the school. Of course, there's always going to be a negative review. I'm sure that they're out there. I think I saw 1 or 2. But the vast majority of the people who either attended Turing or worked with people from Turing, the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. And if you go to their website, there are some stats regarding how many students graduate and get a job in the industry and how much those jobs tend to pay. And those numbers were really, really encouraging for me as well. Number 3, I actually went to a Try Coding event when they were in Austin, and I took a friend with me, and we both really, really loved it. I think my friend is still possibly looking into Turing as an option for the future. But if there is a Try Coding event hosted by Turing School in your area, I highly recommend that you go. It's definitely worth your time, money, effort. And, worst case scenario, you figure out it's not something you actually enjoy, or you don't want to do it full time, or whatever the case may be, right? For me, I think I had actually already enrolled, but I decided to go to the event anyway, thinking, this is a few months before my cohort starts. I should at least dip my toes in the water and see how it goes. And I was pretty nervous about it, but it went splendidly, and it was a really good experience, and it gave me stuff to work on between the Try Coding event and my actual cohort beginning this Monday. Number 4, Turing is a non-profit organization, which, it stands out from a lot of the coding boot camps that are for profit. Again, I'm not talking badly about any of that. Turing being a non-profit, knowing that they're really dedicated to helping students get into the industry, and also knowing that they work with loan companies such as Skills Fund, Climb, and Sally Mae, that made it way more accessible for me, and I felt a lot better putting my money towards the program and the cost of living. And number 5, last but not least, Turing is incredibly committed to diversity. That's super important for a lot of reasons, especially in tech, which tends to be just across the board full of cis, straight, white guys, tech bros. But it actually impacts me on like a day-to-day level at school. It's really, really nice to be able to go to a school that has gender-neutral restrooms. And it's really, really nice to meet somebody new, like a new instructor, and hear them ask for my pronouns. That made my heart really happy, and it made me feel like I belong. They also have an LGBTQ student group, which I'm really looking forward to being a part of. I believe it's called Queer Coders, with a Q. So those are the 5 reasons I chose Turing, and as of right now, today is Saturday, it's pretty late in the day. I've got tomorrow to do my meal prep and rest up and maybe brush up on a few things for code, make sure my calendar is all set, and edit this video. I'm gonna go do that now. That's all I really have for y'all today. If you are interested in the rest of my experience at Turing, be sure to check back often. I'm also gonna be throwing up a gender tag video pretty soon, and I'm really looking forward to that, so I hope to see you around. Catch you later. You guys are settling in okay to Denver, huh?